Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, September 7th, and welcome to an all-new episode of Style by Stevie Daytime. Today, I'm going to Oscar winner Halle Berry. And Halle Berry's, and Oprah's, Their Eyes Were Watching God, which is a story written by Zora Neale Hurston. And lately, I've been posting a lot of quotes from the late Zora Neale Hurston. We've got so many great accolades for our very special guest today. Hey, K Tooks, make sure you guys go and subscribe to my brother K Tooks' channel. And as you guys know, today's show is sponsored by Exclusive Beauty Hair Store. I know you guys are wondering who I'm wearing today. Let me move my hair out the way. This dress is from Victoria Beckham's collection. You guys can go and check it out. Definitely, I love it. It's from the past. It's not this season, but this dress is from Victoria Beckham. I just got it today. So there you go. Victoria Beckham. Yep. Hey, Terrence, how you doing? Johnny should be joining me. Make sure you guys go and follow Lud's Fetish Nails. We're waiting on our very special guest. You know him as Wade from the hit show Noah's Ark. He's going to be here to talk about that and so many other career moves as well, too. So let me go ahead and share this live with Jensen, and we can get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to get some topics. We're not going to be able to cover them all today, maybe tomorrow, but we're waiting on them. Their Eyes Were Watching God, yes, with Halle Berry, and Oprah actually produced that film. So we're super excited, and our guest is here, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the handsome, the incredibly talented Jensen Atwood. And my co-host Johnny will be helping me conduct this interview. So let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Left the nail shop. By the way, make sure you guys go and check out Johnny's Lud's Fetish Nails right here. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Howdy.
Welcome, Jensen. It is such an honor to have you here. I had to dig in the archives just to let you know how much a fan of your work I truly am. So I know you remember this show right here.
I heard of it before.
So we'll be talking about that. Oh my goodness, I'm so honored to have you here. You've done so many things throughout your career, and for those of you who don't know, FYI, I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I seen you in the background. This is when the episode when Buffy and Riley did the initiative. I seen you right in the background. And then the Parkers, you've done so many shows that we are just fans of. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your start into the acting industry.
Wow. All right. Well, hi everybody. My name is Jensen. How did I get started in the entertainment business or in the industry? Well, and I'm an artist, and that's pretty much how I was born. My family, being my mom and my older brother, were definitely my inspiration growing up. My mom being a singer, my brother being an amazing artist in general, starting off as a rapper when rap first started, and then going into his singing career. He's an incredible writer. He's an incredible visual artist as well. So they were always inspirational growing up. And then I got to a point in my life where it was a matter of figuring out not only what my calling in life was, but also how I was going to pay my bills. And I thought to myself, you busy over there? What you putting in drawers and stuff?
Oh, nah, I'm in my salon, my mini salon, my bad.
No, you good. But I had to figure out, not only what I wanted to do in my life path, but how to make money too. And I said, well, shit, why don't I just try making money doing what I've been doing as an artist? And I've been pretty much doing it ever since.
Okay. And another thing people don't know about you is that you're a military vet as well, too. So you served, and salute the troops. My father's also a military vet. So tell us a little bit about your experience in the military. What was that like for you?
My military experience, yes, I'm a veteran, Army, first Cav. Was a tanker, one of the first on the M1A2. Um, it was it was interesting to say the least. It was fulfilling in a lot of ways. Um, what else can I say about the military? Uh, I don't know. That's all I got. there's a lot that I actually can't talk about when it comes to the military. So yeah.
Confidentiality.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So, fast forward. We've seen you in some videos, and you've worked with some of Hollywood's most beautiful leading ladies. So let's go down the list here. The Queen Bee, Beyonce, she just celebrated her birthday. We've seen you alongside Michelle Williams as Soldier, someone mentioned it in the comments. My favorite, Toni Braxton, Ashanti, Lil Mo, Selena Johnson, Shantae Moore, Kenny Lattimore. Out of all your music video cameos, which one had to be your favorite? Conus Vaughn as well, too. I can't forget her. So, yeah,
Can't forget that video.
yes. So, out of all your music video cameos and appearances, which one had to stand out the most to you and be your favorite?
Wow, that's all. I mean, these are always difficult questions when you start talking about favorites because it's like talking about kids and asking a parent to pick a favorite kid. I've probably done close to 100 music videos in my career. In the late 90s, early 2000s, I was definitely a video hoe, and you pretty much couldn't turn on MTV or BET without seeing me in somebody's video. There's two music videos that come to mind right now when you said it. My very first lead role in anything, I was hired by Chris Robinson, who's a director, and the music video was Little Mo's Superwoman. So that was
Yes.
my first lead role in anything. So that one stands out. And also, my first professional dance gig was in Candy's Think I'm Not. So those two videos are probably the ones that stand out for me the most.
Okay, okay. I remember seeing you in those, and I was just about to say Lil Mo's Superwoman, and I was watching Selena Johnson's music video tonight. I'm gonna let go. I seen you in and out.
We need to fix that. I watched some of the previous episodes, and there was some buffering issues.
The red line.
Yes. DGR, digital redlining, is a thing. And this is what Consciously was talking about. So you guys remember that?
She's back.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so yes, I was asking you about the music videos and saying, I seen you in Selena Johnson's music video as well. So fast forward to the acting. Let's get right into the acting. You worked in one of my favorite films, which was a novel written by Zora Neale Hurston, and Oprah actually had something to do with this film. You worked along one of my favorite actresses, Halle Berry. You played the love interest for Their Eyes Were Watching God. Tell us what that experience was for you on set with Oprah and Oscar-winning actress Halle Berry.
It was pretty phenomenal, to say the least. I mean, I consider myself an independent artist, and majority of my work is on the independent side. And so that was one of my first mainstream major jobs. So it was an experience, to say the least. And I got to use my own lips in the kissing scene. I figured they bring some stunt lips or something in. But it was amazing. Got to meet Oprah. It was a good experience.
Okay, okay. And you also worked alongside another one of my favorite actors, the late Ruby Dee. And I know the news broke yesterday. We were going to talk about it today on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we lost Michael K. Williams, Omar from The Wire. That sent everyone into a whirlwind. So your memories of Michael K. Williams, Jensen, and the late Ruby Dee.
Well, when it comes to Michael K., I never got a chance to meet him. We were connected through some of the roles that we've played, him playing a gay character as well. Phenomenal talent, horrible loss. It seems that maybe, I don't think anything has been confirmed, and maybe drugs were involved. It seems to be a lot of people that use cocaine are dying because of, I think it's fentanyl that's on the streets right now that they're mixing it with. So, I'm not promoting drug use, but to all my coke heads out there, be careful because they lacing stuff. I definitely don't want nobody to be using and abusing, but even more than that, I definitely don't want nobody dying over it. As far as Ruby Dee goes, it was phenomenal to be on set with such a legendary actress, and to be connected to her in that way. We didn't get to interact a whole lot, but just to be connected to her in that way is awesome.
Okay. All right, we're going to fast forward a little bit here, and then I'm going to pass it on down to my co-host, Johnny. He's going to ask some questions. Then you went on as a regular on two of my favorite series, Dante's Cove and Noah's Ark as Wade. That's where everyone knows you from so well. So tell us about the experience for auditioning for this show for Noah's Ark, because this is a show about 4 Black men that are in the LGBTQ community, and shows like these, Dante's Cove and Noah's Ark, are groundbreaking for the LGBTQ community. Now fast forward in 2021, we have shows like Pose. That's the only representation that we see. So I'm thankful for that, and this show right here in particular, because it showed Black men in a different light, not just, shows like Power, but, as far as same-sex relationship goes, a very taboo topic within the Black community, but this show covered it. It covered HIV, it covered all of these things, and each character had their particular thing going on. And the character that I would probably be, because, it was like the male version of Sex in the City. That's what everybody was saying. I will probably relate to Alex because I'm a Scorpio. And I have that bubbly personality, that fire on the inside. So Alex will probably be my favorite character. I'm a little bit of Chance and Alex, a little bit of all of them. So
I was attending audition.
Yeah, she back.
all right, we're back. Yes.
So you were saying Noah's Ark and Dante's Cove. You wanted me to talk a little bit about those shows?
Yes.
I think you mentioned the audition process. The audition process for Noah's Ark, I mean, it was pretty extensive. I want to say it was a long time ago as well, but I want to say I had maybe 3 or 4 separate auditions. Yeah, it wasn't something that I thought I would be able to pull off. I was happy that I was able to pull it off. There were producers that were involved that didn't think necessarily that I would be the right person for the job. I had to prove them otherwise in my auditions, and I was thankful that I was able to book it. At the time, it wasn't such a groundbreaking show. It was more taboo than anything. No one was really very encouraging in Black guys playing gay roles. I wanted something that could show the world what I could do, and Noah's Ark seemed to be the perfect role. Almost 20 years ago, it wasn't. It was a lot more hush hush than it is now. I still get a lot of accolades from that role, but I'm more used to people whispering those accolades to me. And as far as Dante's Cove was dope because it was one of the first shows that I had actually just been given an offer. In this point in my career, I still audition a good amount. At some point in time, maybe the world will see what I can do, and I won't have to audition so much. But when I auditioned for Dante's Cove, it felt like I could do no wrong. They wanted me because of my role on Noah's Ark, and the audition was very different than what I had been used to up to that point. It was we shot in Hawaii. It was a show where I had magical powers, so that was also pretty fun to pull off. And just overall a pretty amazing experience as well. I like to think of myself as an actor who doesn't fit in necessarily the boxes that people like to put actors in, and so those are two roles that I'm very proud of.
Multifaceted. Everybody's saying, "Oh my God, Wade served Thug Top." Oh, for sure, for sure. Wade was definitely protective over Noah, and we've seen that between him and Baby Gat, and then the film for Noah's Ark, Jumping the Broom, and then the Rona Chronicles. What was it like reuniting with all of the cast members? That brought everyone back together, because I know it's difficult with a lot of things being closed down due to this pandemic that is still going on, but to be able to reunite with the cast members for this groundbreaking show, Noah's Ark. What was that experience like for you?
I was amazed. I was amazed that Patrick Ian Polk was able to pull it off. We were in the thick of quarantine. There were a lot of hoops that we had to jump through in order to make it happen. I wasn't very hopeful about it, but the finished product is literally award-winning. I was blown away by the finished product. As an actor, we do what we can as actors for the parts that we have, and the rest is out of our control. When it comes to the directing, when it comes to the editing, it's kind of out of our hands once we do our thing. And so I wasn't very hopeful that it would turn out as good as it did. But I'm very proud of the Rona Chronicles and what we as a cast and what Patrick was able to pull off. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And it was good to see you guys all back together. And I've also seen you on the DL Chronicles. So
When them toenails get clumped up, them things is not comfortable.
At all.
we're back.
Oh,
We're back.
We back.
Yes, I was saying that we needed more shows like this within our community, the LGBTQ community, because there is lack of representation. And that's something that I talk about all the time on my platform. We need more shows like this.
Yeah, DL Chronicles was cool, mostly because Quincy and DeAndre are really close friends of mine. I've known Quincy a long time, and they asked me to do the favor for them, and I was happy to finally work with them, because it's crazy, because as long as I've known them, we had never worked together, and so it was a perfect opportunity, and I think that won some awards too.
Yes, these type of shows, these are the type of programs that we need, Jensen, and you're doing us a service. And what I love about you is that, yes, most actors think that they can just play one specific role, but for you, you're so versatile with it, and you're able to shift and do all of these different characters. And so is my co-host here as well too. He's an actor. He did a horror film. I just recently shot a horror film. So I'm no actress. I said I'm going to stick to journalism and doing interviews, but it was my very first movie role in a horror film. So The
Nice.
Assistant 2, make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
Nice. What's the name of the film?
The
The
Assistant
assistant.
2 Reconnected. And I play a college professor. I play Professor Fair. So you guys won't be able to see the long hair because for this particular role, Alex, shout outs to him, he wanted me to have short hair. And my character, she's a no nonsense character. I had to teach a class. And ever since I was young, I would line up my little dolls and my teddy bears and stuff, and I would pretend like I'm a teacher. And for this to experience this to come to life, it's amazing. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Dropping next month, y'all, October 1st. So make sure you guys go and check it out on YouTube. Johnny's in the first one. I'm in the sequel. So I'm one of the newest cast members. So make sure you guys check that out. Jonte Productions. All right, so I'm going to pass it on down to my co-host, Johnny, and he's going to ask Jensen some questions, and then we're going to get into a game with Jensen called the Rapid Five. He has to tell us 5 things he can't live without, and then we're going to turn the table. So the guys get to get all up in Miss Stevie's business, Jensen and Johnny. So they get to find out everything about me. So you guys as well, too. All right, Johnny.
All right, Jensen. Question. So, I overheard you say when you did the auditions at first, it pretty much pre-qualified you later on, so you didn't have to do much auditions. Till today, do you still have to do auditions for some roles, or it's just kind of like they know what you can do, and it's like if they haven't seen you done that, they'll put you in there, or would you have to like audition for that specific role if it's something you've never done before?
Well, what I was saying earlier was Dante's Code was one of the first times that uh, I had to audition, but it was different in the aspect that they wanted me. So it was felt like I could do no wrong. But in general, I'm still at the point in my career where I have to audition for most things. Independent wise, there's a lot of independent projects that come to me that offer me roles. But as far as still the mainstream world, I still have to audition for pretty much everything that I get.
One thing I want to know, and maybe other viewers too, like, so when it comes to casting calls and you audition, do they let you know right then and there? Do they email you? Do they contact you? What's the process after auditioning as far as getting the updates to where you need to go after?
Wow. Well, the funny thing about the entertainment business is there are no rules. So every project will be different. That's one of the things that I love about the entertainment business because, it keeps things interesting. But in general, uh, there's usually an initial audition. Then they will possibly have a callback audition. You might have multiple callback auditions. But once you walk out of the room, back in the day, you got a lot more feedback. So in general, once you leave an audition, it's kind of up in the air whether you will hear from them again or not. Usually, if you don't hear from them, it's pretty clear that you didn't get the job. And if you hear from them, initially it's to check your availability, which they'll put you on an avail, and then you have an avail placement. They'll usually have 3 people that they put on an avail, so you'll either be in first position, second, or third position, and if their first choice is busy or they don't want the role, then they'll go to their second and third choice. But a lot of times you just don't hear anything at all. So you just kind of have to leave it in your past.
Okay. Next question. So with the acting industry, when you are you like, okay, is it best to get an agent or is it best to start out independent?
Well, usually you have to start off independently. I mean, when you're first starting off, a lot of agents aren't really excited to sign a non-union, unexperienced green actor when there are so many experienced actors. It's a numbers game for them, and they're just trying to make money, and so they're looking at who they can make money off of. So you should always, if you're just starting, expect to do it all yourself, to be your own agent, to be your own manager. And even when you do get representation, you still don't want to be dependent on what they will do for you, because they have a roster. And so as special as they might be able to make you feel, you really ain't that special, because they probably got 20, 30 guys that look just like you, and they're pumping them out, trying to get that commission as well. So you always want to be your biggest advocate. You always want to, do the most work instead of sitting back and waiting for someone to work hard for you.
Okay. So as far as the industry, right? Like, would you say you have to like watch what you do and what you say, or is it more so like you said, no rules? Because like I know blackmailing exists, but like in the acting industry, does blackmailing happen often or not as often, or it depends who you dealing with?
Well, I mean, there are no rules, but I think there is some sort of responsibility that you have to kind of take on when you are put into the public eye. You should be conscious. You should be aware. You should be educated. You should think before you talk, because whether you like it or not, you become an influencer. And so you want to be careful as to what direction you are influencing society. You may not want to be a role model, and maybe everybody, and clearly everybody should not be looked at as a role model. But once you're in the public eye, you should definitely have some kind of proof. You should definitely have some kind of self-consciousness of the energy that you are putting out in the world, that people are willing more than ever now to follow. So I don't know if there's so much blackmail as maybe the word is blackball. So people do get blackballed from the business for all kind of reasons. But I would like to think that you would have some kind of self-awareness if you are an artist.
Okay. Last question I got. So, when in the industry, how do you go about sponsors? Like, do sponsors come to you? Do you go out to them? Do people hit you up and say, hey, we think you'd be a good face for our brand? Or would you like to do this advertisement? Or would
Never now, or a trend that I'm seeing, because the masses seem to be so thirsty. The masses seem to want so much that a lot of sponsored products or things are now using that against people. I see in people's messages, they say, we want to work with you, hit me in my DM, or let's collab, hit my DM. And so now they're turning it around, where these people who want to be sponsored so bad are now paying to be sponsored. They are now giving more than they are actually getting. And I just think, again, it's just because of the climate of our society, where it's a me kind of society. Everybody wants to be the star. Everybody wants to be the hero. Everybody wants to be sponsored. Everybody wants all these things that aren't probably the best things for not only them, but for our society as a whole. So there's different ways of sponsored, but at the end of the day, they are looking for someone to help them. You may think they're helping you, but really they are looking for someone to help them. So you might have a niche audience that they are actually trying to take advantage of. So the sponsorship really comes from people who are looking for you to help them as opposed to the other way around.
They're trying to benefit you while they're reaping benefits as well. They're trying to kill two birds with one stone, basically.
Yes and no. Really, they're just trying to help themselves. And hopefully maybe not you individually, but hopefully one is able to get what they need from whatever the deal is.
Okay. All right. So the rapid five would be 5 things you cannot live with.
Five things I cannot live without. You know what? I watched one of the previous episodes and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be ready for this. And
You're not.
and I'm not. Well, because for me, I don't know if I can really come up with 5 things. Because of the time that I spent alive on this earth, what I have learned is how much I can live without. And not that I ever wanted to, but my granny would be on the top of that list, and she passed away. She is the most phenomenal woman that I've ever known. You know, my BFF, Alan Kinnemer, who I didn't think I could live without, passed away as well. And so I've figured out, unfortunately, that I can actually survive and live without a lot of things that I thought that I couldn't live without. But with that being said, number one on that list is God, and it's my relationship with God. And it's not until really I opened my heart to that relationship did things in my life start falling into place. So number one on that list is God. Number 2 on that list, I'm gonna go with food. Food to me is love, and people that can cook and that can cook well, I feel they're loved the most. Oh man, after that, I mean, I have to go with some stupid answers like oxygen. I can't live without oxygen. 2 more to fill up the list.
Music.
Music. Yeah, I could. That inspired me in his rock and roll to find another genre of music that I was able to express myself through. So I don't know if music is really on the list. So can I just have those 3? Do I have to have 5? I can't. The Lakers. How about the Lakers? The Lakers.
Okay.
The Lakers. I can't live without my Lakers. I'm not a big fan of a whole lot of things, but the Lakers is one of the few things on this planet that allows me to lose myself. When I'm watching a Laker game,
You're a diehard fan.
I'm out of my head and I'm enjoying the moment and being alive on planet Earth for all that it's worth. Is that how many is that? That's God was one, food was two, oxygen. Is that okay? Can I go with that one?
Mhm.
Lakers. And I need one more. One more. Um, um, sex. I'm gonna go with sex.
Shit,
Okay.
that would have been number one for me. Shit.
That's five. I did it. Yeah.
All right, 5 things. All right, you guys, and it is time to turn those tables. So you guys know what that means. Jensen, our guest for today, and Johnny will get to ask me questions. So Lord knows what they're going to ask me. My heart is beating so fast right now. I always get nervous because I do not know what they're going to ask. If it's about family, whatever it is, to get to know the co-host of this show. So take it away, Johnny and Jensen.
All right. I guess I'll go first since I'm the guest. What is your next goal in life?
I would love to have a television network. I would love to have this show and just a platform where all Black content creators can come and just put their shows on my network, sort of like Oprah. But we know that Black women are slowly but surely, we're pushing down the doors, the barriers out here. So that would be my next goal. I would love to have my own network.
What
All
you, why
right.
what you laughing at, Johnny?
Because the question that just came in my head, it's a question that I never thought to ask, but it's funny because I want to ask both of y'all, but it's like this is for Miss Stevie, but I feel like someone in the audience would
Um,
want to know this answer from you too. That is funny, but Miss Stevie, so all right, so would you and are there fans that you would have sexual intercourse with?
They'll watch us? Oh, no. No, 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 no. I wouldn't do that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What about other fans that you be like, oh, you're a fan, and you find out they're a fan, and they're appealing to you? Mm-hmm.
Can I plead the fifth? Can I plead the fifth? Like,
No,
mm-mm.
we can't plead the fifth. This is not court. Sorry.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, I would. I would. I absolutely would.
Okay. It's on you, Jensen.
Question or what am I answering? What am I doing? A question?
Oh no. Well, I mean, if you want to answer the question, you can, but
Nope.
it'll
This
be
ain't my turn. It's my turn to ask the questions.
right.
um. Wow, I never really been on this side answering questions, asking questions. Um. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself with my network. I see myself sitting at Fashion Week. I see so many great things for myself in the future. So many great things coming for me. Just God blessing me along the way. You know, me and my family.
Okay, we got so you said the network, and you said you see great things in 5 years.
Yes, I see myself sitting at Fashion Week next to Victoria Beckham, possibly Beyonce. Just so many great things for me in the future with my family, me and my family living better, living right. because we know that times are hard for people out here. During this thing, when this thing hit, it took everybody by surprise. So that's where I see myself in the next 5 years. More acting. I would love to do more acting because, like I said, this is my first movie role. So I would love to do more acting.
Miss Stevie, so um I ain't even gonna do it. All right. So would you rather
My heart beating so fast, y'all. What is he gonna ask you?
this is a sadistic question. So would you
Dum,
rather
dum, dum.
would you rather this is like a if a gun was put into your head and you had to type question. Would you rather put someone that you previously spoke about with issues that's happening, put them in an electric chair, or would you rather electrocute yourself for $1 million? Which one? You either had a chance to shock someone you dislike, meaning the baby, T.I., or anyone, or you shock yourself for $1 million.
Ooh, I would have to shock somebody I dislike.
Shit, $1 million me right now. The fuck?
Wait, so you don't die, you just get shocked?
Yeah, you just get shocked. Not
Oh,
shot, shocked.
right, right,
Like
right.
like an electric shock. Yeah, I do.
It'd be worth it. Right. Hey,
Give,
listen. After that
give me my
smoke clear,
million.
you got $1 million.
Give me my million. I'll do the Harlem Shake for $1 million.
Quick.
All right, my question is, um, do you have a type, and what is your type, if you have a type?
Ugh. I'm a sapiosexual, so I'm attracted to intelligence. Yes, I love a guy that's got a nice smile, a nice body, but for me, it's not about all that. Some women are into that, but for me, it's all about your intelligence and capability. Again, I'm a Scorpio, so if our vibes click, that's what I'm into. So I'm into your soul, I'm into your mind. That's what I like. But yes, appearance is definitely a must. Nice smile, nice body, everything. But he doesn't have to be muscular. But I don't care what size you are. For me, it's what's in your heart. So if you got a good heart, baby, you're mine. So that's that.
Question. So, would you ever? What's the longest you would ever wear your nails that you haven't? That you know you would and will, just not right now.
I don't know if you guys have seen, y'all know Terry Mugler is one of my favorite fashion designers. It was his show in 1997, where the models had the long nails, kind of like how Cardi B wears hers. So I would wear them that long. I used to wear them that long, but now I'm just kind of like, okay, Coffin, I need to be able to type and function because some women wear them so long till it's just like, okay, I need to be able to put on my eyelashes and I don't want to poke myself in the eye or anything. So I used to wear a real long, but I would go back to that long. I mean, you got to be careful when you're doing certain things, though, when you're working on people's hair or whatever it is that you're doing. Don't bump a nail because trust me, I've broke plenty of nails. But yeah.
All right. How about how about all right, here's one. How about the baby? Cancel or give him a chance to make amends?